How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. We have a crypto that is falling down very quickly right now, and we have a lot of other things that are happening in the crypto market that I think you just have to be really careful of right now. If you don't mind, hit subscribe, turn on that bell notification so you can see future videos just like this one. And yesterday, I talked about how there's going to be a lot of selling pressure possibly coming up soon for crypto because of FTX now on Wednesday being able to sell some of their cryptos. The court agreed that they could start selling them on September 13, and they can only sell so much each week. But you can see that that is causing, I think that's the reason that Solana is falling here today. Now, is it FTX already selling? We'll talk about that. Again, the whole market a little bit red today. I mean, Bitcoin on the last 24 hours just down 0.01%, so barely anything. On the last 7 days, down 0.37. But when you compare it to everything else in crypto, it's actually looking pretty good. Bitcoin dominance is moving up because, as you can see in the last 7 days, Ethereum down 1%, BNB down 0.44, XRP down 1.16. Cardano down 2.4%, Dogecoin down 2.8%, Solana down 5.57%, Tron up a little bit, Toncoin down, a lot of cryptocurrencies down, more than Bitcoin recently. This is what typically happens in the pre-halving year, which is why I continuously say I'm going heavier into Bitcoin than other cryptocurrencies. But if you want to know what I am buying, everything that I'm buying, you can check out the link down below to the Patreon. But yesterday I talked about how, again, FTX can start selling this week. And after I made that video, Solana fell pretty significantly. I mean, this red candle yesterday, we went from about 19.4 when I was making my video or so, and then it fell down to under 18. Now it's $18.35. There are a couple different levels I talked about in yesterday's video that I was looking at buying and then just looking at just to know about where we would fall. I think the next major level is around 15.6, 15.7. We have seen some support here in the past, and $15 is a big psychological level as well. Now, another level after that, it's probably about 13.3 to 14.2. And then we go down to the $10 level, obviously big mental level there. And we were really hovering around there, consolidating around there during the FTX collapse. And then the next level after that, $8. And then who knows after that, we could go into it a little bit deeper. But some people do think we are going down to $8. Some people think we're going to hit new lows. We would have to see about a 50 to 60% drop on Solana to see that. Not so sure we're going to get that. But I am looking at Solana for the next bull run. Some people think it's dead, but I think it can do quite well again in the next bull run. It is pretty small compared to a lot of other cryptocurrencies. And when I say that, I mean, it's still much larger than most cryptocurrencies. But when you look at it, it's 7.5 billion. Compare that to BNB. You know, it could do a 4x just to get to BNB's bear market price. So I think there's still a lot of potential with Solana. Now, is this coming from FTX? No. Invest Answers checked FTX wallets, no movement, 10K tokens dumped, and basically no one was bidding on it. So it kind of makes sense, right? You're talking about $200,000 worth of tokens, which honestly, that's not a ton, but just no one wanted to buy it. There's no buying pressure, so it just dumped the price to where people were willing to buy it at. So obviously, bear market vibes. Not much volume, and it can be pushed down pretty drastically. Not much volume can push it up drastically as well if there aren't many people willing to sell, getting ready for the next bull market. So it works both ways, but at this point, we are seeing a lot of cryptos bleed to Bitcoin. Again, Bitcoin dominance moving up, and obviously it shouldn't be FTX wallets anyways because they're not supposed to be selling until Wednesday. That's when it should happen. Now, part of this could just be because a lot of people don't want to buy right before they know that there's a big person selling. I mean, we kind of see that on the opposite side with MicroStrategy. When MicroStrategy announces that they've been buying, sometimes we have a little bit of a dump because investors think that there's less buying pressure now that MicroStrategy has been buying a significant amount, right? They buy a significant amount and then wait, and then buy a significant amount and then wait. We don't know exactly when they buy all the time, so that might just be kind of flawed thinking. Anyways, They could just be consistently buying and then announce it. But this is something that we constantly see when people are worried about someone selling. They're just not willing to buy. So this could be the worst of it, I suppose. But I am waiting for lower levels. I think what the last couple of years has taught us is patience is a virtue. Patience does help in bear markets in crypto. Even when you're going into the next bull market, patience with altcoins usually pays off. Now, I'm not the biggest trader. Sometimes I'll buy something shorter term knowing that I'm looking just for a pump or something, but generally I'm buy and hold. But I know a lot of you guys are traders. One of the problems starting out with trading, though, it's something that I've talked about on the channel before, is just that it takes a lot of time and a lot of people don't have access to capital. So if you're trading with $1,000 and you get 10% return in a month, that's a great return. Everyone would love that return, but for a smaller portfolio, that's still only $100 for your time. So it might not be worth it. That's why I wanted to talk to you about prop firms. Prop firms are a way to get access to capital early on, which is why I wanted to talk about FX2 Funding here today. Now, they are a company that allows you to get access to capital a little bit easier and with better terms than a lot of the other prop firms. They have a one-stage evaluation and 0 minimum trading days compared to other prop firms out there. There's no time limit. Stop loss is not required. Weekend positions can be opened. Now you can choose between different accounts from starter to master to determine what's best for you with refundable fees for the evaluation. They have a high profit level split of 85%, as you saw there, 24/7 support, access to proprietary trading software, flexible withdrawal options, access to a global trading community, and safe and secure account management. Now, with the link underneath the video, you can get 10% off using the code MFF10. Thank you, FX2funding.com, for sponsoring this part of the video. Now, speaking of patience, someone just paid 19 Bitcoin in a transaction fee for a single transaction. Almost 20 Bitcoin, $509,000 in a fee. Probably a mistype, but still, this is just something that you have to be careful of. You know, I said you have to be careful at the beginning of the video. This is just one of those things where you could, maybe you're drunk, maybe you've been smoking, maybe you're just exhausted, maybe you're paying attention to something else and you click the wrong button. Just do a transaction 100 times and you click the wrong button once and you can lose a lot of crypto. You can spend a lot of crypto. So obviously kind of a crazy scenario there, but just be careful. Again, I always like to remove myself from other people. I like to make sure that I am level-headed. I don't have music going. I'm in a very quiet spot whenever I do transactions. I think that's the best way to do it. Vitalik Buterin, X account hacked. Over 691,000 drained from victims' wallets. Obviously, it's almost like I don't want to say an IQ test, but like an IQ / experience test in crypto. Just if you ever think there's a fishy link or someone is doing something weird that they don't typically do, or there's some kind of giveaway, it's never the case. Obviously, you probably know that if you're watching this video. It's mostly newcomers that get hacked by this or gets scammed by this, but I will say we have been getting more new people coming into crypto again, which is really good. I mean, this isn't like a huge flood of new people, but I have been getting some newer people asking me questions to crypto because they're seeing some good prices. So I guess that is a benefit or a pro too of the bear market, but just be careful out there. Last thing, Coinbase is increasing the interest rate for their stablecoin USDC to 5%. Honestly, that's pretty good. Not that you want to keep much on centralized exchanges, but if you're in the US, I think Coinbase is probably the safest option. They are regulated and you can see their finances. You can see what's on their books. They're obviously very scrutinized as a public company. So if you're sitting there with a bunch of USDC in a hot wallet or cold wallet, you know, maybe you consider this. Again, I'm not endorsing it. I'm not getting paid to say that. I would love to work with Coinbase, but honestly, I think that for a lot of people, this is pretty attractive. I mean, a lot of banks give out 5%, though this is not FDIC insured. Still, it is pretty regulated. So you can see their financial status and how healthy they are before you make any kind of major investment. or move onto the platform. Now, as I said, I'll be watching Solana pretty closely. I would love to be able to pick up some Solana for the next bull run, but at this point, I'm still just kind of sitting on the sidelines. I'm, again, very Bitcoin heavy. Do have a few altcoins here and there, but very Bitcoin heavy. I will say too, XRP under 50 cents, pretty interesting. That's below the price it was when there was that major announcement that they basically beat the SEC. So kind of watching that one too. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.